Okay, so hi everybody, and welcome to your online wellness consultation. The purpose of this is that by now, hopefully, you've got your oils and you're really enjoying them. But what we really want to focus on at doTERRA is to make sure that you feel confident using your oils and making the most out of them. And you're able to use your account, and you are provided with the resources that you are going to need to make the most out of your oils and your journey with doTERRA, and so you feel supported and you have the tools that you need. So that's what we're doing today. So hopefully your oils have arrived and you've been having a little play. I kind of think it's a bit like Christmas sometimes when the oils come in the post. But if you're like most people, a lot of the stuff that you will have learned in the class has gone out of your mind already, and that's totally normal. By the way, rosemary is a good oil for memory. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to recap on a few bits and bobs today. And then obviously you've got ongoing support from your upline moving forward as well, but hopefully you're going to feel a bit more well equipped with what you need to move forward on your adventure with your oils. Okay, so you'll have your oils, and what we like to do now is to tell you a little bit about some of the resources that we use, that we suggest for people to help them so they feel empowered and confident. Okay, so the book that we would suggest everybody to get, I like the Modern Essentials book. This is a great book. You can literally look up a lot of scientific information in the first few pages, and then it moves on to telling you all about the single oils in green. It tells you all about the properties of those oils and what they can be used for. And then the best bit about this book, well, then you have the blends after that, so you can learn all about the blends. And then the best bit about this book is that you have an A to Z, so you can see here an A to Z of ailments, okay? And you can literally look up any ailment, minor ailments and more serious ailments as well, and there will be an oil for pretty much everything. They joke there's an oil for everything, but it's true. And what it will do is it will give you a selection of different oils that you could try for that ailment. Generally, the ones in red that come up first are the ones that most people find beneficial for that ailment, but it gives you a selection. The primary recommendations, secondary recommendations are in orange, and green are other recommendations. So what we say to do is just use one that you've got, because everybody's body chemistry is different. So what works for one person might not necessarily work for another person, and follow the guidelines. These oils are powerful. You know, we do have to be cautious around them and respect them, but they're also 100% pure and safe and natural as well. But you would follow the guidelines just like with any medication. This is important. And one of the reasons that I like this book is because it will tell you when to use the oil aromatically. It's like two little wavy lines. Topically, there's a hand mark, and internally. And there's a nice key at the bottom here that tells you about that. And then you can relate that to the different oils to see how to use them and when to dilute them, and what's considered to be a hot oil. An example of that would be oregano. That's a very hot oil, so you would always dilute that when applying topically to the skin. But just very briefly to recap on the oils in your kit, if you bought a family physician's kit, which is the kit that most people will purchase, called a family essentials kit now, and this is a great starter kit, and these are the same oils that are in the home essentials kit as well, and this is what we focus on a lot in the classes too. So just to very quickly recap, lemon is a very cleansing and detoxifying oil. It's very vibrant and zesty. It's a citrus oil and great for the mood. Lavender is all things calming for the emotions, a great oil to help with sleep, but also calming for the skin. So any itchiness or rashes or burns or bites or insect stings, and lavender is a great oil for that. Peppermint is very cooling. It's also oxidizing of the blood. It helps wake you up. You might want to try this instead of a caffeinated drink, a little drop in a glass of water, or applying into the hands and inhaling, and that's going to really wake you up. It also helps to ward off sugar cravings, and insects like moths and spiders don't like peppermint. It's very cooling in the heat as well. Melaleuca is your tea tree. So that's antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic, antiviral. It's a very powerful oil. It's also first aid for the skin as well. And that can be used very nicely along with oregano as a real powerhouse. Oregano is nature's strongest antibiotic, researched to be 5 times stronger than penicillin. So Melaleuca and oregano together are a really powerful force. So if I'm feeling unwell, I'll use them both, and that will zap any bug. Oregano also useful for things like verrucas or skin tags or warts, childhood molluscum. And then moving on to some of the blends within that kit, we've got Breathe, the respiratory blend. So that's opening up and soothing the airways. You've got Digest Zen, which is for anything related to the digestive system, and it will bring the body back to the balance that it needs. You've got On Guard, which is the protective blend, and that is again a very powerful oil to ward off viruses and bugs and germs. A great one to use on your children's feet every day to support their immune system. And then you have Deep Blue, which is the soothing oil. This one, remember, it has a different bottle top, which means you can't take this one internally. This is more of an oil that we would use topically for any injuries or inflammation or pain, any deep pain, including migraines or arthritis or fibromyalgia or even period cramping. And then to finish with, we have frankincense, which is the king of all oils. They say, if in doubt, use frankincense. This is a powerful anti-inflammatory oil. It also helps the cells to function at their optimum level. As we know, these oils penetrate the cells, and frankincense has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier to any brain-related disorders. It's also a very beautifying oil for the skin as well, and it's a very spiritual, meditative oil. So that's those oils in the Family Physicians or the Family Essentials Kit or the Home Essentials Kit. Now, moving on, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about another resource. So we've got the Modern Essentials book. Another book that some people prefer is this book. This is the Essential Life book. I like this book. I think I prefer the Modern Essentials one because it's a bit more scientific and easy to follow. But this book's quite nice because it's very visual. Okay, so it's got nice pictures, it's colourful, and it's got some nice recipes and other ideas in the back as well. But I do like the Modern Essentials because it's very scientifically referenced for any skeptics out there. And I quite like that in the back there's a quick user guide as well, which is really handy to look at. I used this a lot through my pregnancy when I wanted to have a quick glance at the oils to make sure that they were okay during my pregnancy. Most of them are, but there are some that you might not want to use because they're a bit strong. So that's quite handy, and also handy to look at oils for children or people who have sensitive skin. So again, really, really good part of this book. Now this book as well, the Modern Essentials book, you can get an app for your phone. And that's about $4.99. So I still suggest that to people. You just need to go on the App Store on your mobile phone and look for Modern Essentials. And that's really handy for when you're out and about and, you know, your child falls over and cuts their knee and you think, what could I use? And then you can look it up on the app on your phone, because you might not be carrying your book around with you. And then hopefully you'll have your little key ring with you, your little doTERRA key ring, and you'll have an oil handy to use in those times of need. Okay, so these books, you can get them from, I like to suggest, Essential Oil Supplies. So there's a website called www.essentialoilsupplies.co.uk. And then there's another website called www.essentoils.co.uk. That's E-S-S-E-N-T, essentoils.co.uk. And those websites, they're mainly for people doing the business side of doTERRA, like myself. So there's a lot of kind of business tools, but they've got some great books on there. And you'll find these books. I think this one's about £24, and this one's probably about 27. And also they do a Modern Essentials guide, which is slightly smaller, called the User Guide. It's a spiral bound copy. That's a bit smaller, but still got great information on. And that's about £15. So you might like to consider that instead, if you didn't want to spend £24 on the larger hardback copy of Modern Essentials. But we definitely do suggest you having a book, so that you are making the most out of your oils. and learning. It's fascinating learning as well. Okay, so we're also going to be sending you an email along with this recorded wellness consultation with another resource on as well, called the everythingessentials.me link. So it's an archived link, and again, it's an A to Z of ailments, and you can look up every ailment. And the great thing about that is you can actually look up people's testimonials. So I love that, to read about what has helped other people and what's worked for them. And also we are going to be adding you, if you're on Facebook, to the closed user group. There's two. So there's Essential Gifts of the Earth, and there's also the Family Essentials Kit. So there are two Facebook groups that we can add you to. The Essential Gifts of the Earth page, you can post questions, and people from our amazing oily community will help and support you and answer your questions. And the Family Essentials Kit, you can't post questions, but it's got details on all of these oils that we touched on in the class, so that's really handy as well. So we'll be sending you that information over, and of course if you've got any particular questions at all, just come to the person that introduced you to the oil. Don't forget to follow me as well on Facebook. My Facebook page is Blooming and Glowing, and I talk about lots of things, not just the oils, lots of aspects of my family life and our natural living. So that's Blooming and Glowing. And I have an Instagram page, which is Blooming and Glowing as well. So next, we're going to look at your welcome pack. So hopefully you've all been sent a welcome pack along with your oils. What I'd like you to do, what I tell most people to do, is to open up your welcome pack and take a pen and write down this number. So this is the number for customer services. It's 0203 318 0064. And customer services, it's an American number, but it's charged at UK rates, and they're open from about 9 AM through till about 8 PM at night. So it's, all day. And they pick up straight away. There's no long queues or anything like that. And they're very helpful, especially if you have any questions about your account or anything like that. You can even place orders by calling customer services. And they want to help you, they really do. So any issues like that, you can call customer services, and of course contact the person who introduced you to the oils as well. So hopefully you've written down that number. There's also an email for product support. That's productsupport@doTERRA.com. So you can contact them if you have any specific product related inquiries. Sometimes their answers are better than other times, but it's still nonetheless a good email to have, okay? Now also, I'd like you to write down your ID number. So anybody who's registered with doTERRA and has a wholesale account has their own ID number. Now, I can't give you this right now, so you should hopefully have received an email with your registration details, and on that email you should then be able to find your ID number and your password, okay? But your password right now is password1 with a capital P, and of course you can change that after the first time that you log in. So password1 with a capital P. So that's some information that I tell people to write down on the first page of their welcome pack, so they're not going to lose it. And now let's look at your welcome pack. So inside your welcome pack, you've got your little introductory letter. You've got a price list. Please note that this does not include VAT, okay? It says at the top, VAT not included. If you want to look up a UK price list that includes VAT, just literally Google doTERRA UK price list including VAT, and you'll find one that includes the VAT. And this is important when you log in as well, because the prices do not include VAT when you're looking through your account. And so don't get stung, because I've made that mistake myself where I've added some things into my basket and then I thought, oh, it's not too bad, and then gone to check out and I was like, oh, whoops, a bit more expensive than I expected. So that's a good thing to remember. But you want to focus on the wholesale costs there, because you have a wholesale account and you can check against the retail value as well. PV, incidentally, if you wondered what that means, that stands for product volume. All doTERRA products have their own volume, okay? And it's because doTERRA is all over the world, so there isn't one currency, but just so you know, it's a little bit like dollars, okay? So you can look up all the products there, all the single oils, all the blends. Then you've got your stickers. I love these. Me and my children, we have a great time sticking our stickers on top of the bottles. I don't know why it brings me so much satisfaction, but I think you're never too old for a sticker. And if you didn't know what they're for, that's what they're for. Basically, when you've got your family essentials kit, it comes in a lovely box, but they're lying sideways. Do make sure that you screw your lids on your bottles properly, incidentally, because you don't want them to leak. But the best way to store your oils is to have a wooden box, okay? Because, you know, that's going to keep them dark and cool. And remember, we want to store our oils in a dark, cool place out of direct sunlight so they last as long as possible. The oils will actually outlive us if they're stored right. And the citrus oils have a shelf life of around 3 to 5 years, okay? So I like to store my oils in one of these doTERRA boxes. But of course, when you put them in the box, you can't see which oil's which. And that's why you have your stickers. And it makes them look so pretty too and colourful. So that's what that's for. So you have your stickers. And then you also have a product guide. So that's kind of good because you can look at all the other lovely doTERRA products, all the skincare range, all the supplements, the On Guard range, loads of lovely, lovely On Guard products, all made, of course, with our amazing, amazing oils. The laundry detergent, beadlets, foaming hand wash, I love that. So that's that. And then you should have 3 little booklets, okay? And these are quite important. So we're going to start off by focusing on the living guide, okay? So the front page of this is kind of a lot of the stuff that we touched on in the class. Why our oils are special, their purity, and the testing that doTERRA does, that is on another level in comparison to any other company. There's no other company that can and will put the same amount of money into their testing procedures. Other companies can't afford to do that, unfortunately, but it has always been doTERRA's mission to create the purest essential oils that you can find. So they are the front runners with this. They use state-of-the-art equipment and they do more testing than any other company I know of. So the sourcing is also the other key thing, and the reason why the oils are so vibrant and so pure is because they're sourced from all over the world where the plant's growing in its natural indigenous habitat. And of course, this has a massive effect on the finishing oil. An oil that is grown where that plant is happy and healthy and in a natural state is going to be very different from an oil that is, say, farmed in a greenhouse. So the doTERRA CPTG brand standard, it's their own brand standard across the board of all their products, because there is no regulatory standard across the board of essential oils, unfortunately. So doTERRA have created their own, and it stands for CPTG, stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And it's, you know, it means that you can guarantee that every single drop in every single bottle is pure, is tested, is potent, is what doTERRA promises. And it's extremely transparent. Okay, the next page is a little product survey. It introduces you to some of the other doTERRA products. You've got the Lifelong Vitality Kit there, an amazing nutritional supplement kit that I believe most people should take. It kind of clears your foundations. Unfortunately, a lot of us these days are nutrient deficient. Often because of the soil these days. I read an amazing article the other day about an apple these days in comparison to an apple in the 1950s, and the nutritional value of one apple these days was the equivalent of 28 apples in the 1950s. Okay, so you know, the comparison is just shocking, to be honest. You need to eat 28 apples these days to get the nutrition of one apple that we would in the 1950s. I didn't explain that quite right, but that's what I mean. So yeah, this is an amazing, amazing kit because it contains all the nutrients that we need and that we just can't get from our food. It also contains 9 of the essential oils that we should be taking every day for immune support and inflammation as well. And it also contains our omegas, all in the right balance. And also it contains the cellular energy factor as well, the mitochondria, which is the engine of our cells, okay? And so these nutritional supplements help you to have more energy, and they tend to be a great foundation so that your oils will actually work even better. And often people with chronic issues, I would definitely suggest the Lifelong Vitality Kit. And then you can see some of the On Guard range as well. On Guard laundry detergent, an On Guard concentrated cleaner. So there's lots and lots of lovely products. The beautiful shampoo and conditioner, the Deep Blue range, the Muscle Rub, lots and lots of lovely, lovely products. The whole skincare range. I won't even get started on that. Okay, so the last page, this is really important. We're going to be talking about LRP. Okay, so LRP stands for Loyalty Rewards Points, okay? And this is something that you can choose to add to your account. It's a little bit like a Nectar card, and so you can save points, and it's the most cost-effective way of buying. Not only are you going to get your 25% off because you've got a wholesale account, but you can save points and get lots of free stuff. And who doesn't like a freebie, huh? So I'm just going to talk you through this a little bit for anybody who is interested. This is something that I say to people, if you think that you're going to want to try some of the other amazing doTERRA products, you've got them on your wish list, or if you have friends and family that might like to try the oils too, or you feel like you're going to get through your oils yourself and you're going to need to replace them, then you should definitely go on LRP. And you can set this up and you can cancel it on your account at any time, okay? There's no tie-in. And the minimum spend on LRP that you add to your account is just 1 PV a month, okay? So you need to set up LRP on your account, and you can do this by calling customer services, or when you log in, you can do it yourself. But if you need some help with this, do let us know, okay? Now, the great thing about LRP is you're going to save points, so you can get free stuff. And the way that it works is the minimum spend is just £1, but if you spend 50 PV, and remember PV is a bit like dollars, so that's about £35, something like that. If you spend about that much money, then you are going to be able to save points on what you spend, okay? So on a spend of over 50 PV, you will save 10% back in product points. So an example of that is if you spent 100 PV, you'd get 10 points back, and that would buy you a product, you know, so that's really, really good. But the great thing is if you do that 50 PV spend 3 times, and it doesn't have to be over consecutive months, it could just be, you know, once in January, once in March, and say once in August, then after the 3rd time you've done it, you'll move up to getting 15% back in product points, okay, on a spend of over 50 PV. And then after you've done that 3 times, you'll move up to getting 20% back of what you spend in free product points. And then after another 3 times, 25%, and then 30% after that, okay? And this all mounts up in a little basket, a points basket, and you can either save up your points and get something really, really cool. Like my mom, she buys the oils a lot, and so her points mounted up, and she said, oh, I bought a lovely emotions kit with my points, and it was, you know, felt like it was free. If you're spending the money anyway, you might as well get some free stuff with it. Or what I like to do sometimes is I like to buy the products that I spend my money on anyway, like toothpaste. Well, I'd rather have a lovely doTERRA toothpaste for free each month, or laundry detergent, and I'd rather use the doTERRA laundry detergent because I know what's in it and it doesn't have chemicals in it, and it's got the beautiful oils in as well. So that's another way that you can do it. You could just spend your points as they come in. It's up to you. Okay, so I am now on 30% back off what I spend in free product points because I am doing the doTERRA business. So I do a spend every month. It's terrible. I have to spend money on oils that I love. But I do spend every month. So I very quickly moved up to saving 30% back on what I purchase, which is great because, you know, I've already got 25% off because I have a wholesale account, and now I'm getting 30% back off what I spend in product points as well. So it's a total saving of 55%, which is incredible. So LRP is really, really good. The other thing that's great about LRP is if you do a spend of over 125 PV, remember it's a bit like dollars, so that's probably roughly about 80 to 90 pounds dependent on which products you're buying. But if you do a spend of over 125 PV, you're going to get the free product of the month. And that's announced every month at the beginning of the month, different product. It's usually an oil. But as I said, everybody loves a freebie. So if you're spending that much money anyway, why not get something for free? And also that's worth knowing, because if you're doing a spend and it, say, comes to 110 PV, then you might want to consider adding something else into your basket so you get the free product. And you know what I say to people as well? I say, you know, if you're going to do a big spend, like it's Christmas, you've got gifts to buy somebody, these oils are amazing as gifts, especially at Christmas. They're the perfect Christmas gift. You might as well go on LRP, save some points, get some free stuff, and then you can come off LRP at any stage. Just remember, if you do want to cancel LRP, you need to phone customer services to do this, okay? And they can take you off at any time, but spend your points first, okay? So that is LRP, and I'll show you where that is on your account when I log in a minute. Just so you know, if you want to set up LRP, you need to choose a date each month between the 1st and the 15th of the month. And that's because you want to generate the free product. And that is only generated between the 1st and the 15th of the month. So you might not decide to spend that much each month, but if you are going to, you want to get the free product. So you choose a date between the 1st and the 15th to set that up. And you also have the option to ship now. So for example, myself, I have my LRP template due to ship on the 12th of each month. I don't set it up for the 1st of the month because I want to see what the new products of the month are and what the 10% off offer is. So I have mine scheduled for the 12th of each month. But sometimes by the 3rd or 4th of the month, I know what I want, so I have the option to press ship now, and then my order will come to me straight away, and then it will put my next order back to the same date of the following month after, okay? So that's something to remember. The other important thing that you want to remember with LRP is you need to change what's in your basket. Because if you don't, then it will stay in there and it will come the next month. You usually will get an email from doTERRA to remind you to update your LRP cart, and you'll get that email. You've got up till the day before to change what's in that cart. So what I suggest to customers is take it back to something minimal. You can't take everything out of your basket because that would be essentially closing down LRP, and you can only do that by phoning customer services. But take it back down to something minimal, like wild orange and peppermint lip balm is £3.50, or even a lemon oil, something that you're going to use every month. We get through a lemon oil most months because we drink it in our water every day. So I always take my basket back down to a lemon oil and then add other things in that I might want that month. But you must remember to change it. If it does ship again, then it's not a problem. Then you can return it to doTERRA, but it's just a bit of a faff and a waste of your time. So obviously you'd rather avoid that if you can. So that is LRP. Do let me know if you've got any questions about LRP. Message me and I can help you. I can set it up for you as well, or you can phone customer services, or you can try and do it yourself. And remember, as I said, you can cancel it at any time as well. So it's brilliant. The next guide is the share guide. So most people, when they've come to a class, they sit there and they start thinking, oh gosh, I know somebody who could do with that oil, or my mother needs that oil, or my friend, that could really help her. It's instinctive for us to want to help other people. And so what a lot of people like to do is they like to have a class at their home, and we would come to you and provide you with a beautiful, educational and inspiring class. We'll bring the refreshments even for you, so you can help educate your friends and family and share something amazing with them. Plus, you get a nice oily goodie as well. So what we do is we give you one of the really cool key rings, the doTERRA key rings. Just trying to see if I've got one. I haven't got one to hand, unfortunately, but you get a really cool key ring, and then we will fill it up with oils for you, depending on how many people you get to come to your class. So you have lots of lovely other oils to try as well. So if that is of interest, let us know. We do have some scheduled appointments in the diary that you can reserve, but we do get quite busy, so do let us know if you're interested. So that's the share guide. And then if you do decide that you want to have a class as well, we can help you with samples for your friends as well, to try and find them an oil that's really going to help them for whatever their need is. So let us know about that. And then the last guide is this one, the green guide. This is called the Building doTERRA guide. Within doTERRA, most people are customers that just love using the oils for themselves and benefiting from their amazing properties themselves and for their families. However, there is also a business. That's what I'm doing, and I love it, to have the ability to share these beautiful oils to change people's lives and help them with their health, and to share this blessing with other people. I'm very, very motivated to share that as well, and it's certainly changed my family's life when it comes to our financial health. So if that is something that interests you, don't be scared to get in touch with us and we can tell you more about how it works. If you're interested, you might as well learn about how it works. So that's that guide. Okay, next we're going to show you how to log into your account. Okay, so to log into your account, I'm going to be very technical here. I'm going to share my screen, something I've learned on my doTERRA journey. So I'm going to share my screen now with you. Hopefully you can see. Okay. So to log into your account, you need to type into Google my doTERRA and this screen will appear, okay? And you want to log in with your account details in this box here. This is my ID number. And enter your password, which, as I said, is password 1. Remember, to find out your ID number, you should have received an email from doTERRA with your registration details. So you need to type that in there and submit it, and then that will log you in to your back office. And this is your back office, okay? So it logs you straight into the shop tab, which is probably where you want to be. Okay, so let's look. Up here, you've got all the different essential oils, the single oils. You can look them up. It'll tell you a little bit about each oil. Let's look up Arbor Vitae, the Tree of Life. It'll tell you your price because you're a wholesale customer. It'll tell you the retail price and it'll tell you the PV. And you can look up all the blends. Now remember that the price does not include VAT. Remember I reminded you about that? So you need to remember that if you're adding things to your basket. You can look up all the On Guard range. The beadlets, the beautiful foaming hand wash that I told you about, that's amazing for a family with children because they can pump it easily. You need to buy a little pumper over here, and it's going to give them that immune boost, and it smells incredible as well. And hey, children love foam, don't they? You've got the laundry detergent that I use as well, the toothpaste, the On Guard protective throat drops. They're like sweets, but they contain nice ingredients. You've got the Deep Blue range, the Athlete's Kit. If you look up accessories, you'll find all the diffusers and the box and the key ring, the fractionated coconut oil and the veggie caps. And then you can look up the wellness range. So you've got all the supplements. There's the Lifelong Vitality Kit that I told you about. Contains those 3 amazing oils. And actually, to get this kit at the discounted rate, you have to be on LRP. So if you're wanting the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which I do suggest to everybody, you need to add LRP to your account to do this. So that's all the wellness supplements. You've also got an amazing range for children. My children love these. The IQ Mega is the omega oils, but it also contains wild orange, so it tastes good. Great for their brain function. You've got the A to Z chewable tablets as well, which they also love. My children ask for them, and that's going to really help them with their nutrition, especially as children can be a bit fussy, can't they? We've got loads of other products there, a whole women's range for hormonal support, cellular range. Basically, have a play is what I'm saying. You've got your personal care, which is all the skincare and the shampoos and conditioners and the spa range, all beautiful, beautiful products. Okay, now if you want to set up LRP on your account, here's the LRP box, okay? So let's just go straight back into the initial tab that we logged into, the shop tab. Here's your LRP box. This box over here talks about the products and the offers of the month. So this month we have Immortelle, an amazing offer. It's actually worth about 80 to 90 pounds. And you know, that's a lot of money. It contains some amazing, beautiful prized oils such as rose that you can't even buy, sandalwood, very expensive, helichrysum, frankincense, but you know, it's an expensive one and you can get it for free this month. So be sure to check out the offers. up till the 15th of July, you can get this for free. So be sure to check the offers, okay? If you're watching this wellness consultation and it's not July 2017, then unfortunately that offer probably doesn't apply to you right now, but hopefully you'll have another great offer. So that's one of the big offers. They don't do those big offers every month. They tend to do it about 3 or 4 times a year. But then they always do an LRP product of the month, okay? So if you're on LRP, you spend over 125 PV like I spoke about, then this month, the product of the month is lemongrass, an amazing oil, great for cleaning your kitchen, a strong antimicrobial oil, and it also clears the energies in a room. It gets rid of any negative energies. It's a beautiful oil, great in cooking as well. So that's your free oil of the month. And then you've got 10% off every month as well. And this month it's on the new detoxifying mud mask from the Spa range. So if you fancy trying that, you're going to get 10% off on that each month. And then the citrus trio, these are back. These are new additions that were just released from doTERRA. These are back and they're beautiful. I particularly love red mandarin. But there's also kumquat and sunny citrus. So they're lovely, lovely oils. So be sure to check these advert boxes because it will give you some good information. And as I said, over here is your LRP box. If you want to set up LRP, you need to create a new LRP order. If you want to edit your cart, you need to press edit over here and it will bring up your LRP cart, okay? And then if you want to ship it now, say you've set up your processing date between the 1st and the 15th of the month, but say you want it now, you want your order now, you can press ship now and it will come straight away and it will put your next month's shipping back to the following month, okay? But as I said, remember to update your LRP basket. You have up until the day before your order processes and whatever's in your basket will come, okay? So, one other thing. If you want to change your password, up here at the top under My Tools, you can change your password. You can change your personal information as well. And the best thing that I advise to my customers is have a play. You know, there's lots of different stuff to look at. Some of this stuff applies to people building a doTERRA business. So if that interests you, do speak to us and we can tell you more. But for you customers, you just want to focus on the shop tab. And you can look up some of the Healing Hands information about some of the good work that doTERRA is doing around the world, the giving back that they're doing, the doTERRA Spa Rose hand lotion, and there's lots and lots of great stuff that you can be looking into. Another thing that I suggest to people is have a look at www.sourcetoyou.com, and that talks to you about the doTERRA sourcing and how they produce their oils and the work that they're doing all over the world and some of the Healing Hands projects that they're doing with these communities as well. So that's really, really nice to look up. And you can go on the main website, which is www.mydoterra.com. And also you can just find lots and lots of Facebook pages. If you're on Facebook or Pinterest, have a play, you can find recipes, and just, yeah, enjoy your doTERRA journey, because these oils are a blessing from nature and truly are gifts of the earth. So I am going to sign out for now. And I'm going to wish you a good day wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and enjoy your oils, and let us know should you need any help at all. Okay, bye for now then everybody. See you soon.